I love it. I love it. There was a lot of fights that we wanted, and I didn't even know that Thurman was an option initially when we were looking for certain fights. When Thurman came up, it's a dream. Like he's that American guy. He's that big talker, the flashy guy. Can fight. A great resume. So many good fights on his resume, and I actually enjoyed watching him too. In the past. So for us to get the opportunity to take that fight, we were all over it.
Now, Tim Tszyu, a deal with Amazon, is that right?
No, so Tim will have multiple fights in the US, and that was the plan. That was the hope. Is that he's had so many great performances here in Australia. We want to be able to take that to the world now, and I think after he headlined for 3 shows last year, it only makes sense that it's time that let's start doing it over there. Let's start making it happen, and he gets to open Amazon. Like it's a huge deal for PBC for going forward with their stable, and the fact that we're able to headline the first show is we couldn't be more stoked.
What I guess there's a little bit of criticism in the States about this being a pay-per-view. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, look, it is what it is. It is what it is. The decision was made by Amazon, by PBC that this is a fight that they wanted to open the deal with, and if that's the choice that they're making, they're obviously seeing something in Tim. The thing with Tim is that Tim's not a boring fighter. Tim's an exciting fighter, and I think it makes sense that he's a guy that headlines, that opens it, because you're going to get an entertaining performance, and the undercard's amazing. So it will be a very good fight. Criticism's going to be out there whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad. So we'll just keep taking the fights, getting the wins, and putting on a show.
It's been a busy few weeks. You had Virgil Ortiz call out Tim, then you had a bit of talk about a Terence Crawford fight. Were those Crawford talks, were they legit?
It shows the status of Tim now. Tim's on people's lips, like for so long it's hard to get Australian fighters in that global chat, in that global mix, and the super welterweight division, the 154-pound division at the moment is a really hot talking point, because you've got guys coming up, you've got guys just above. You're on the springboard for an opportunity at super middleweight as well. So there's so many big fights around that division that it's a big talking point. And if you want to talk about that division, Tim's the guy in that division. Jamel Charlo isn't active. Who knows if he'll fight again. So if that's the case, Tim's the guy. And if you want to talk about coming to that division, which Crawford and Spence are, then you've got to talk about Tim Tszyu, because that's the only fight that makes sense. That's the only exciting fight for any of them if they want to come up. And he's here, he's ready.
Is there a chance we could see Tim Tszyu Crawford the back end of this year?
I'd love to. I don't know what Crawford's immediate plans are. Right now we've got an immediate plan for this fight and the next fight. And then off the back of that, anything goes. See, the difference is with Tim is that if you're talking about any of these other champions and you're saying this fight, next fight, that could be 2 years. Whereas with Tim, that's 6 months. That's 6 months. So in 6 months' time, he's ready to go.
Now you're heading to America today. What's on this week?
Yeah, look, heading over, we've got the press conference announcement over in LA. So Tim's first opportunity to sit up there with Thurman, and he'll have his first face-off with Thurman. So it'll be really exciting to see how Thurman reacts, and I know Timmy's he's chomping at the bit to get over there and get amongst it. And he loves being in camp, loves training, and he loves the pre-fight build-up. So this is a really surreal moment for him and for all of us, really. We're coming to take over Vegas, and this is the one that'll make it happen.
Now, we can't all be jet-setting across the world. What's on the domestic front this year? What do you got planned?
We've got some big announcements coming up. So, I've said in the past, once we've got Tim's fight locked away, it makes it easier to slot everything else around it, because we don't want to have anything in competition with that. We want to be able to support whatever events are either side of it, and be able to plan out a calendar. So we've got our next 6 months almost locked in. And now that we've got this one locked in, so we'll have some big announcements coming up over the next few weeks of how the opening year for the opening season for No Limit Boxing looks, and we'll have shows leading up to Tim's show, and then a number after that we'll be able to share with you too. But I can't jump the gun yet.
And what about Liam Wilson? A massive fight for him, expected to be announced back end of March.
Huge fight. Really exciting for Liam. Oscar Valdez is a hell of an opponent. They've both had their history with Navarrete. I thought Liam went a lot closer against Navarrete than Valdez did, but Valdez is a great fight for Liam. He's going to bring it to him, and Liam's gone. He's gone back to the scene of the crime. So hopefully right that wrong.
How you going to juggle that weekend?
Yeah, we've done some juggling before. We'll find a way. I'm just really excited that our guys are getting these opportunities. That's I'm pumped for it. So, however it's got to happen, we'll make it happen, and we'll deal with it. That's one thing that we're really good at is adapting to whatever's thrown at us and making it happen. But I'm just really stoked for our guys that they're getting these opportunities and they're heading straight to the top.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.